What happens when the tourists stop coming? Imagine walking through a famous beach destination. The hotels are open. The restaurants are ready. The tour buses are waiting. But the crowds are gone. For many countries across Asia, tourism is not just a luxury industry, it's an economic lifeline. Millions of jobs depend on visitors spending money on hotels, transportation, food, shopping, and entertainment. But after a challenging period for global travel in 2025, some Asian countries have been facing slower tourism growth, declining revenues, and growing economic pressure. Today, we'll explore 7 Asian countries that have been struggling after the 2025 tourism slump, uncover why tourism matters so much to their economies, and see what they are doing to fight back. Make sure to watch until the end, because the country at number 1 may surprise you. Let's get started. Number 7, Nepal. When most people think of Nepal, they think of Mount Everest. Every year, thousands of adventurers travel to Nepal to trek through the Himalayas, climb mountains, and experience the country's unique culture. But Nepal's tourism industry depends heavily on international travelers. When global travel demand weakens, Nepal feels the impact quickly. Hotels in popular tourist areas, trekking companies, mountain guides, and transportation providers all depend on visitors arriving throughout the year. In 2025, rising travel costs and economic uncertainty in major tourist markets led some travelers to postpone expensive international trips. For Nepal, even a small reduction in tourist arrivals can have significant consequences. Local businesses that rely on tourism have faced slower revenues, while many tourism operators have been forced to compete harder for every visitor. Despite these challenges, Nepal remains optimistic. Officials are promoting eco-tourism, sustainable travel, and new tourism experiences designed to attract visitors from around the world. Number 6, Cambodia. Cambodia is home to one of the world's most famous landmarks, Angkor Wat. For years, millions of tourists traveled to Cambodia to explore ancient temples and rich cultural heritage. Tourism became one of the country's most important economic sectors. But in 2025, the tourism industry faced new challenges. Competition from neighboring destinations increased dramatically. Countries across Asia launched aggressive tourism campaigns, offering attractive packages and easier travel options. As a result, Cambodia found itself competing for visitors in an increasingly crowded market. Businesses surrounding major tourist attractions reported slower activity. Restaurants, hotels, transportation services, and souvenir shops all felt the pressure. To respond, Cambodia has begun promoting lesser-known destinations and investing in eco-tourism opportunities beyond its famous temple complexes. The goal is simple: attract a broader range of travelers and reduce dependence on a few major attractions. Number 5, Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka has experienced a difficult journey over the past several years. Known for stunning beaches, wildlife parks, tea plantations, and ancient cultural sites, the island nation has enormous tourism potential. However, tourism recovery has not always been smooth. Economic uncertainty and changing travel trends have created obstacles for the industry. Many businesses that survived previous challenges expected a stronger recovery. Instead, some regions experienced slower growth than anticipated. For small business owners, hotel operators, and local tour companies, fewer tourists often mean reduced income and increased financial pressure. Yet Sri Lanka continues investing heavily in tourism promotion. The government hopes improved infrastructure and marketing campaigns will help attract more visitors and strengthen confidence in the destination. The country remains one of Asia's most beautiful travel locations, but the road to full recovery may take time. Number 4, Maldives. The Maldives is often described as paradise on earth. Crystal clear waters, luxury resorts, private islands, and some of the most breathtaking beaches in the world. But behind the postcard-perfect images lies an important reality. The Maldives depends heavily on tourism revenue. Few countries rely on tourism as much as the Maldives. That means any slowdown in visitor numbers can create immediate economic challenges. Luxury travel tends to be particularly sensitive to global economic uncertainty. When consumers become cautious about spending, expensive vacations are often among the first things they postpone. As a result, some resorts faced increased pressure to attract guests through promotions and special offers. The Maldives continues investing in new resorts and tourism infrastructure, hoping to maintain its position as one of the world's premier luxury destinations. However, maintaining growth in a changing global economy remains a major challenge. Number 3. Indonesia. Indonesia is one of Asia's most diverse tourism destinations. From Bali's famous beaches to ancient temples and tropical islands, the country attracts millions of visitors every year. But tourism is not evenly distributed. Many regions depend heavily on visitor spending. When tourist arrivals slow, local economies can feel the effects immediately. In 2025, some destinations experienced softer demand than expected. Higher travel costs and economic uncertainty in key international markets influenced traveler decisions. Businesses in tourism-dependent regions faced increasing competition and changing consumer preferences. Indonesia's response has been ambitious. Officials are actively promoting destinations beyond Bali, hoping to spread tourism growth across the country. Infrastructure projects, transportation improvements, and new tourism campaigns are all part of the strategy. The goal is to create a more resilient tourism industry capable of withstanding future shocks. Number 2. Thailand. Thailand has long been one of the world's tourism giants. Millions of visitors travel there every year to experience beaches, food, culture, nightlife, and adventure. For decades, tourism has been a major pillar of Thailand's economy. Yet even tourism powerhouses are not immune to global challenges. In 2025, some regions reported slower than expected growth. International competition increased, travel preferences evolved, and economic concerns affected tourist spending. Businesses that relied heavily on foreign visitors had to adapt quickly. Many shifted focus toward domestic tourism and emerging international markets. Thailand still attracts enormous numbers of visitors compared to most countries. However, the tourism slowdown served as a reminder that even the strongest destinations must constantly evolve to remain competitive. The battle for global travelers has never been more intense. Number 1. Vietnam. Over the past decade, Vietnam has become one of Asia's greatest tourism success stories. Its stunning landscapes, affordable prices, vibrant cities, and rich cultural heritage have attracted travelers from around the world. Many experts expected Vietnam's tourism growth to continue at record speed. But 2025 presented new challenges. Some destinations experienced weaker international demand than anticipated. Businesses also faced rising operating costs and increased competition from neighboring countries. For local tourism operators, maintaining profitability became more difficult. Hotels, restaurants, transportation providers, and tour companies all had to adapt to changing market conditions. Despite these difficulties, Vietnam remains one of Asia's most promising tourism destinations. The government continues expanding visa programs, improving infrastructure, and investing heavily in international marketing. Many analysts believe Vietnam is well positioned for long-term growth. However, the events of 2025 demonstrated that even fast-growing tourism markets can face unexpected obstacles. Why this matters: tourism is far more important than many people realize. When tourists spend money, that money supports entire communities. It helps pay hotel workers, restaurant staff, taxi drivers, tour guides, shop owners, airline employees, and countless small businesses. When tourism slows, the economic effects can spread quickly. That's why governments across Asia pay such close attention to visitor numbers. Tourism is not simply about vacations. For millions of people, it is about jobs, income, and economic stability. Conclusion: so there you have it. 7 Asian countries facing tourism-related economic challenges in 2025. Checkmark Sri Lanka, checkmark Myanmar, checkmark Maldives, checkmark Thailand, checkmark Cambodia, checkmark Nepal, checkmark Bhutan. It's important to remember that none of these countries are necessarily on the verge of collapse. However, tourism remains a crucial economic engine for each of them. If visitor numbers decline significantly, the effects could spread across entire economies, impacting jobs, businesses, government revenues, and future development. The coming months will be critical as these nations work to attract travelers, strengthen their economies, and adapt to a rapidly changing global tourism landscape. Which of these countries do you think will recover the fastest? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more global travel, immigration, and economic insights. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the